Okay, you know, you have a Vikings game like the one we had yesterday, and then you have the post-mortem, the fallout. Um, Dan Bailey's still on the team, uh, as of like 11 o'clock Monday night. Um, I guess we are trying out, or have already tried out another kicker. I've never heard the guy's name before. It starts with a B. Um, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to cut Bailey. Like, you know, I'm completely okay if they cut Bailey. I've said that on multiple videos now that you know you can't have back-to-back games like he's had and have any sort of outrage if you gets released. I mean, there is an argument to be made for keeping him. Um, Part of it being just that it's this late in the season, you know, and he's got a track record of almost a decade as a good kicker, you know. But again, these guys, they just lose it. You know, you can be a really good kicker and just lose it. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what they'll do with Bailey. I mean, they obviously didn't do the reactionary thing and cut him immediately after the game or even early the next day. So maybe they're planning to keep him and give him one more shot. I mean, you know, I wouldn't, because I like you have games like he's had the last 2 weeks, and you know damn well no one on the team trusts him. Um, but you know, aside from Bailey, um, the Hounds are really out for Zimmer, um, and they're out for him, you know, for various reasons. I mean, they're always out for him a little bit, but part of it is they're blaming him. A lot of people are blaming him for these kickers. Now this is the third time we've had a serious kicker issue. Um, since Blair Walsh blew up against Seattle with his 27-yarder, and then was awful for like half of 2016, and then they cut him. Like, I don't get that argument at all. Why is it Mike Zimmer's fault that you're a professional kicker in the NFL? Just kick the fucking football. Like, I don't get why that's anything Zimmer does. Like, oh, he just hates kickers. Well, what do these people think that he is doing with these kickers? That is he like going and yelling at them and telling them to miss kicks, or telling them that they're you know that they're terrible, or what do they think? It's like, just make it kick. And you're not gonna make every kick. No one makes every kick. But you have a game like Bailey said last couple weeks. What does that have to do with Mike Zimmer? What does Zimmer have to do with Blair Walsh shanking a 27-yard field goal in a playoff game and then becoming a fucking head case the next year? And he went to Seattle and he kicked Seattle out of the playoff spot one year. So obviously that wasn't Zimmer. Like, yeah, okay, Daniel Carlson, horrible when he started here. He's gone to the Raiders and has been, fairly good. Okay. Like, and but Bailey has been good here for more than 2 seasons until the last couple weeks, and now he's been horrible. And look, I can't say with certainty that he's always going to be bad now, but like, again, these kickers, they just lose it, and maybe Bailey just lost it, but I don't get why that's something that Zimmer did. If anything, it could maybe be the special teams coach, but I don't even know what, the simplest thing in the NFL is just the kicker kicks the ball. It's like, it's right there. Just kick the ball straight. Just do it. It's got nothing to do with Mike Zimmer. But you know, you know, it's like people don't have the ability to just put the blame on the obvious, clear thing that's right in front of their face. You know, and obviously people want Zimmer gone. There's a lot of people who want Zimmer gone. I don't. I think people are fucking idiots for wanting Zimmer gone. I think this has been one of Zimmer's best seasons as a coach. I think he's done a fantastic job to just somehow patch this thing together and have them in playoff contention. And you know, along with Zimmer, people are back on Cousins, like they're ripping Cousins. They're bringing up the Cousins can't be a winning team. What did Kirk Cousins do to lose that fucking football game yesterday? He can't block for himself. He can't kick for himself. He can't play defense for himself. It's just such crap. It's almost a good thing that this season is kind of nearing its end, one way or the other. This has been such an embarrassing year for this fan base. Just stupid crap coming out of this fan base every single week. But it's like, now they're back on Cousins and they're mad about it. Like, yeah, you lost a big game. It sucks. But stop. Just the instant anything goes bad again, the hounds are just out again. And these people who just they're not Vikings fans. These people who all they want to do is call for Zimmer's head and call for Cousins' head every week. Even if they win games, they want these guys gone. And Spielman, they want him gone. Like, I don't know. Just stop. Can you just stop with the dumb narratives and the dumb reactionary shit? You could say calling for Bailey to be cut is reactionary. I don't think so, just because, you know, they do one thing. Kickers do one thing. If they don't do that one thing, go. Get out of here. Coaches have to do a lot of stuff. Quarterbacks have to do a lot of stuff. Every other player has to do a lot of stuff. Kickers do one thing. Kickers and punters. That's all. You're here to do one thing. Just do it. Punters have to deal with more than kickers do, really. Just do the one thing you're paid to do. Bailey's getting paid millions of dollars because he's supposed to be a good, reliable kicker. And we just watching the end of the Monday night game. Justin Tucker comes in there like 55 yards. Their season basically on the line in Baltimore. Splits the uprights for 55. Now Tucker's one of the best kickers maybe in the history of the NFL. I mean, he's got a shot to maybe go to the Hall of Fame. But we're not asking for one of the best kickers ever. We're just asking, like, you got a 36-yard field goal, make the kick. You got an extra point, make the kick. And even though, look, you're gonna miss one maybe once in a while, but don't miss multiple ones in a game. Don't miss multiple ones in consecutive weeks. Just make the fucking kick, man. But I don't know. I just tire of everything going. It's like nuclear level negative every time something bad happens. Like, they lost a game. They didn't lose a game. They didn't lose yesterday because of Mike Zimmer. They didn't lose yesterday because of Kirk Cousins. Shut the fuck up, you people who want them gone. It's like, Mike Zimmer did not make Dan Bailey become the worst kicker in the NFL for the last 2 weeks. Kirk Cousins did not make Bailey miss kicks. He's like, I don't get, like, I think somewhere down the line, and I don't know when this will be, this fan base is going to have a real, look in the mirror kind of moment for how little we have appreciated Zimmer and Cousins. And yeah, they haven't won us a Super Bowl. I, just shut up about the Super Bowl. Like, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. They may never win a Super Bowl. Bud Grant didn't win a Super Bowl. Fran Tarkenton didn't win a Super Bowl. And I'm not saying that Zimmer and Cousins are Grant and Tarkenton, but you know, this is we gotta fire them because they didn't win the Super Bowl. We gotta fire them because they lost to Tampa Bay, or they're having a losing season, and they may have a losing season. They still could have a sub 500 year, but you're not gonna. Again, good organizations don't do that. They don't just fire guys for the sake of firing them. They don't. You know, bad organizations fire coaches for no reason. You know, look at our own division, the Lions. They had a really solid coach in Jim Caldwell, and they just fire him because we should just change the coach. They bring in that idiot Matt Patricia, and he's been one of the worst one of the biggest flop coaches in recent NFL history. Like, the grass ain't always greener. Like, could you get better coach than Zimmer? Could you get a better quarterback than Cousins? Sure. But the same people who demand Cousins go and demand Zimmer goes and demand Spielman goes will this, they will show zero patience with the next guy. If we took let's say we take a rookie or a college quarterback in the draft and throw him out there next year. If he has one bad game, they're gonna call him a bust, and they're gonna demand everybody be fired who drafted him. There's gonna be no patience in this fan base. There's no patience now. Like, this was a probable rebuilding year anyway, and then a million things have gone against them on top of that, and they're in the playoff hunt. They have a chance still. They don't have a chance for the Super Bowl, I don't think. I mean, it would be remarkable if that happened, but I mean, they're not. This isn't some like failed organization that's, we're not clinging to like Adam Gase as our coach, and I don't know, pick a quarterback. I can't think of a bad quarterback off the top of my head. We have a very good coach and a very good quarterback. Since the bye, Cousins has been fantastic. I don't have any complaints about what Kirk Cousins has done. Like, he ain't perfect. Sorry, he's not. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. Deal with it. Like, I don't know what to tell these people who demand that Kirk Cousins be Patrick Mahomes perfect every game. It's not going to happen. But I mean, the fact that the dogs are out on Cousins after yesterday is just mind-boggling to me. You want to place any amount of blame for the game. Cousins doesn't get a crumb of blame for that game yesterday. It's ridiculous. And we may not make the playoffs. I mean, we're out of the playoffs right now. We still got a shot. We got to be one game better than the Cardinals the rest of the way, which is possible. Because the Cardinals have a couple tough games. I mean, the Cardinals could technically lose all 3 games. It's not. They got Eagles, 49ers, Rams. They could lose certainly 2 of those, if not all 3. And we got the Bears and Lions, sandwiched around that Saints game. So who knows? But if we don't make the playoffs, that doesn't mean you fire the coach. I'm sorry, you just don't. That's reactionary crap, and I know that there's a segment of this fan base, this really dumb segment, that says that if you don't win the Super Bowl, you should be fired. Like, automatically, just, hey, you didn't win a Super Bowl this year, get out of here. Like, I'm sorry, but you people are idiots. Mike Zimmer is a very, very good coach. It doesn't mean he's going to win a Super Bowl. It doesn't mean he's ever going to get to a Super Bowl. There's a lot of good coaches who never get to a Super Bowl or win one. But I'll take my chances with Zimmer over flavor of the month guy, whoever these people want. like people talk about, we got to fire Zimmer and hire Eric Bieniemy from the Chiefs. Well, could he be good? Sure. I seem to remember we hired an offensive coordinator who worked under Andy Reid once before, and then it turned out, he didn't really even do much. He was just kind of there. Brad Childress. And Childress never gave us a good offense except for when Brett Favre came in here and was having, maybe a career season. So, not saying that Bieniemy would be that, but it's like anyone you bring in here, you're taking a big chance. And we've seen the Vikings get rid of guys, get rid of coaches in the past, and the next guy's not as good. We get rid of Dennis Green, Mike Tice. We get rid of, Childress, Leslie Frazier. I mean, grass is not always greener. I just wish we could appreciate that we have a good coach and a good quarterback, and stop treating them like they're some sort of like, garbage tandem that's killing all our hopes and dreams of ever winning a Super Bowl in Minnesota. I hate the mentality that you got to just fire everybody if you have a bad season or if you lose a game. I mean, some of these people were calling for Zimmer to be fired in week 1, but it's like, you can't have like the Super Bowl or bust mentality if you're running an organization. And I like that the Wolves are not reactionary like that. They fired Tice early because they were new owners. They wanted to bring in their own. They wanted to have their own thing, and that's fine. And you could say they maybe fired Childress early, but of course Childress was fired. He released Randy Moss and didn't tell the owners. That's kind of grounds for firing right there. But that too, we have good owners. Like they're not reactionary. They've hired good people. We've been good. Like we haven't won a Super Bowl. I get it, but we have been very good. We've been one of the better teams, one of the more consistent teams in the NFL. And this has not been in our year to this point. 6-7 is not where most of us hoped we were going to be this year. We were hoping at least to be in the playoffs, which still could happen, but it's like the odds that we come back next year with a whole bunch of key players back and maybe another good draft class and maybe a little bit of injury luck and just the year-to-year thing, we could come back next year and be one of these teams that's looking like an elite Super Bowl contender, because that's kind of how the Zimmer year has gone. We've kind of been a little bit of an every year team, and that's just kind of how the NFL is. Some years you're up, some years you're down. Our down years, this is a down year, and we're still playing meaningful games in December. So, like, I don't know. These people who are just going to rage if it's anything short of a Super Bowl winning team. I don't know what to tell you. That may never happen, and if it doesn't happen, let's say it doesn't happen. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to just spend the remainder of your days as a fan just raging every day and every season this coach, this quarterback, this player, they're keeping me from getting the Super Bowl championship that I deserve. It's like, you got to take the ups and downs. This has been kind of a down year. Some big ups in it, some big downs in it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the I don't know what these people want. Like, I want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl more than you do. That's just the reality. You know, I'm you know I'm a paying customer. Customer. I'm a season ticket holder. So you know I want this more than most fans, and I'm crushed when it doesn't happen. I've never gotten over 2009. I never will. Um, I've never gotten over 98. Like, you don't get over those things, but I don't know. The reaction to those things is to you can either just keep at it, or you just decide to be mad and angry and depressed all the time. I don't. That's just. That's no fun. Why is that? There's nothing to be enjoyed as a Vikings fan or a football follower from being that way. I don't get it. These people who just want to be mad about the Vikings and mad at the Vikings and mad at Zimmer and mad at Cousins all the time. Like, you can't possibly enjoy yourselves. Like, I enjoy, you know, yeah, like yesterday was a crummy loss. I'm pissed about it, and I'm gonna be pissed about it. But I'm also really excited for next Sunday when we play the Bears, because we got a shot to maybe get back in that playoff spot and keep this thing going. We can sweep the Bears maybe, which is always good. Um, and if we lose to the Bears, and that would kill our season, and I'll be sad and depressed and angry, but I'm not gonna like hate the Vikings for it, and I'm not gonna call for people to be fired every minute, and like, I don't know. I guess I see the bigger picture, and some people don't. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I know I'm in major rambling mode at this point. Remember when I was talking about Dan Bailey like 10 minutes ago? But yeah, I don't get what these people want. Like, and I don't even get why they follow the Vikings, because you only want to be mad. Maybe it's just that I've read so many fucking comments, and I know you never should read the fucking comments, especially after a loss. All people want to do is be mad. Be mad about everything. They don't show up to comment when we win games, when we're good, when we're having good seasons, when Cousins is airing it out, and when we have a great defense. They only want to comment when we're facing adversity. But guess what? Unless you're the freaking Patriots for the last 20 years, stuff's going to go against you. And you know, we haven't had the ultimate payoff, and maybe we won't. And maybe, I doubt it'll happen this year, but, either follow and root for the best, or just go away. Just, I don't know. It just makes people have made it so hard. These fake fans, and I'm just gonna call them fake fans. These trolls, they just make it so hard this year. This has just been a really, really irritating year of being a Vikings fan, just because of other fans. I don't know. But all right, I'm done rambling. I've been rambling for way too long here. Should give out prizes for anyone who actually listens to this for 25 minutes. But going back to the start, we'll see what happens with Bailey. I'm less certain that he's going to get cut at this point. And I hope Dan Bailey turns it around. That would be great, a great redemption story. Let's say he does turn it around, and let's say we get to week 17 and we're still in this, and Dan Bailey hits the winning field goal against the Lions and puts us in the playoffs. That would be a great redemption story, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, because I don't know if my blood pressure can take it. But you know, just try to enjoy these last 3 weeks, or whatever happens. Whether we win out, lose out. I mean, obviously, if you lose out, it's not very entertaining, enjoyable. But you know, after the year we've had, can you just try to enjoy that we even have this season going on? This season could have been just wiped out by a freaking pandemic. Instead, we've got a stud rookie receiver. We've got our quarterback playing his best football. We've got Dalvin. We've got a lot of good young players all around, and in my opinion, we have a coach coaching his ass off, and you know, let's try to enjoy it. 3 weeks to go and see what happens.